Tuesday, April 16th, and I got really chopped up today. Took a big loss, way bigger than I'm comfortable taking. Overly anticipated some setups to the downside on Nvidia because SPY and QQQ and everything broke down yesterday. So I was thinking that maybe there could be a little second day continuation. And once we started rejecting pre-market highs on Nvidia, you had SPY and Qs rolling over. I felt like I was going in the direction of the overall market and had wind at my back. But of course, overly anticipated a prior day low break on Nvidia, and I got chopped up twice. The first trade, I think I took a reasonable loss on it, made an attempt at it. It just didn't really get any follow through. So I got out of it and the loss was okay, kind of within Nvidia standards. And then it was the second one where I should have sized down. I took the same size and I think it started to go against me and I was just being way too patient. I was fighting it. I got emotional. And then I finally got out once it held a technical level, pre-market high to the upside. And at that point, the damage was done and it was a nasty red day. I'm frustrated, but the one thing that I can do moving forward is just anticipate a little less. Try to focus on those levels breaking and then holding versus anticipating, because I can anticipate. And that's where I notice some of my losses can be big because I get caught pretty quickly off sides. So just trying to be a little bit more picky moving forward. But as far as the overall market and then the technicals on Nvidia, so SPY broke down yesterday, cleared a lot of support and was kind of just hanging towards the lows in pre-market. So I was thinking that if we could clear out prior day lows on SPY and Qs, maybe more downside. So this is what SPY looked like. And then as far as the Qs go, big downside move, cleared out a lot of support, hanging towards that prior day low. SPY and Qs both were getting to that prior day low. So I was thinking that if we lose those levels, maybe Nvidia could drop as well, just with the overall market. That didn't happen, but that was the idea behind the downside. So that was SPY and Qs. And then as far as Nvidia goes, these upside wicks I thought looked pretty good. That first 2-minute candle was green. And then the next one wicked right up into pre-market high. Nasty rejection of pre-market high, aggressive upside wicks. I ended up going for the downside on this candle. Failed to break down, gave it a couple minutes, continued to reject pre-market high. We did make a new intraday low, and then once we flipped back over VWAP, I got out of it, and then I just waited. This is where I should have been a little bit more patient. Let things drop, let it consolidate, more of a break and retest, let it clear out prior day low, and instead, we pushed back up to pre-market high. We rejected it again. Look at all these wicks. Normally, when I focus on trading wicks like that, there's some follow through. But today it didn't work. So it shows that I have to focus a little bit more combination on wicks and levels. So we rejected pre-market high. We dropped towards the lows. I took the 860 puts, anticipating a green to possibly red move and then a breakdown of prior day low for possible second day continuation. And it did not do that. It ended up holding up pretty well. And then once we flipped over pre-market high and held it, this is where I got out. I was way too patient with the stop. Once we cleared out that prior candle high, or even just we held above VWAP, I should have got out then. No matter what, it would have been the loss, but the loss should have been much smaller. So that was just a case of experiencing emotions and doing what a lot of people do, which is holding a loser a little too long. And it happens to the best of us. I look back and I'm very disappointed at how I traded, but regardless, the overly anticipation would have led to losses anyways. I should have cut the losers a little quick, but had I just waited for a little bit more of a structured trade, in all reality, the first real setup, I think, was right here, because at least it held a level. It showed its first signs of holding a key technical level pre-market high and a tight consolidation above, and there was actually a long setup through high a day. So this could have actually been the one and done and the nice long setup had I just waited for a key technical level to hold instead of overly anticipating the downside on Nvidia. So that was all the technicals and kind of the mindset while I was trading. Now let's get into the live trading. Look at that Nvidia. Look at the wicks. I'm trying the 862.50s on Nvidia. It's quick, but that was such a nasty rejection. The 862.50s. Nvidia could be a little crazy, but look, that was such a nasty rejection of pre-market high. Look at that wick. Tesla's giving it up. 868.28 is that pre-market high. Nvidia's still rejecting that pre-market high. Market's getting weak too. Look at those wicks on Nvidia. Essentially 863 is low a day on Nvidia. Market's starting to roll a little bit. Nvidia's wicky though. You got SPY that's at prior day close. Q's rejecting prior day close. SPY just went red. I like those upside wicks on NVIDIA, but can it really get follow through or not? Okay, look at that. Prior day low is 859 on NVIDIA. This NVIDIA is just not really getting the drop. Very choppy, very choppy. All right, I'm just getting out of NVIDIA. I'm getting out of NVIDIA. It's very choppy. Tesla was it, man. Tesla was it. Tried for a little downside on NVIDIA. Didn't get the follow through. I took an L on it on that bounce. When it made a new low and then bounced, I'm just going to get out of it. I'm trying the 860s on NVIDIA. The 860s. You got Q's below prior day low. SPY about to break pre-market low. SPY and Q's still showing weakness. Look at SPY rejecting that prior day low at the moment. So I'm about to get out of NVIDIA. I should have been out of NVIDIA a while ago, but I was trying to just let SPY and Q's. I'm getting out of NVIDIA. I got pretty beat up. I felt myself kind of fighting that second trade, letting it go a little too far. I should have got out when it got back above VWAP, and then I kind of was waiting for, all right, well, let's wait to see what happens at pre-market high. And when it got back above pre-market high and held it, I'm like, I got to get out of this thing. We could squeeze over the highs. And if anything, the squeeze over the highs was probably the setup of the day on NVIDIA. Yeah, not fun.